It's the Dadnarok After Show. Now, here's Chris and Sean.
Hey, hello. Welcome once again to the Halo After Show. This is Sean.
And this is Chris.
And tonight we may be talking about the very last episode of Halo ever.
I hope not. I really hope not. And I kind of looked into that thinking, man, I hope we don't get this isn't the last one. But before we dive into that, guys, we're Dadnarok. We talk Halo, we talk pop culture events. If they don't drop too much on us at once, we try to cover it. Definitely if we enjoy it, but they've got a habit of dropping everything within a week or two of each other.
They do. Sometimes we have to make cuts.
Yeah. We got to make a hard decision. And since we covered this last season, we had to cover it now because we enjoyed it first season. I think we enjoyed it more the second season.
We were obligated, is what you're saying.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
But if you guys are new to us, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're on a journey of hitting 500 subscribers. We're getting close. I know we haven't made a whole lot of headway here in the past few weeks.
Take 2 steps forward, take 1 step back. It's
Exactly.
a slow process.
Help us
We
along.
We fight for every subscriber we get.
Yes, you're all worthwhile to us. And we are an interactive show. Let us know what you think while it's live. We'll bring it up. We'll address it, even if it's counter to what we think. And if you're watching recorded, drop a comment below, and then we will respond to it that way as well.
Even if you want to make fun of us live. Right to our faces.
Yeah, right. Because oh man, I've got thoughts on this one. But you know what? You are fresh out of it. You just had a chance to watch it before we're going live here.
Yep.
What are your fresh opinions of what you just watched?
Disappointment. I was like, zombies, really? Is where we're going in this franchise? Really? Okay. And big finale was just a big spinny. They spin the camera around a couple of CG characters, like the end of Black Panther, and just a bunch of stuff. Or just like that's I don't know if they were going for an epic fight between Master Chief and the Arbiter, but it didn't come off that way.
Yeah, dude.
Just came off like, okay.
Yeah, no, the fight between him and Arbiter was a disappointment. If anything was a disappointment, that was a disappointment. But the whole episode for me fell flat. Like it was a turd. If I'm being honest, as much as I've loved this show, this season has been phenomenal to me. And leading up to this has been good. We were talking about how there was like certain things we kind of hope to see in this last episode, and I feel like they didn't deliver on any of it. They gave us a cool scene with Master Chief, which, you know what? We're already talking about it.
Let's see it. See it in action.
I mean, he shows up, and this is Master Chief that I want. This is the Master Chief.
Well, I mean, yes. I mean, this part of it, where you see a bunch of fog and some lights twisting around.
Yeah. But the idea that Kai knows who that is. When she said, right there, that's the Chief.
Right.
That was like the realization. Like, okay, he's back.
See, this is what you gotta keep the camera still. Let the characters do the action. You keep the camera somewhat still so we can actually see what's going on.
Yeah, him walking through like that right there, holding the blade.
Slow-mo.
That's the shot the show's been needing.
Yeah.
And I feel like they gave that to us within the first like 15 minutes of this episode.
Right.
And that was that.
That was that, all right.
So
Kai's dead, right?
No. Kai's not dead.
She was out floating in space, though.
She's got her suit on. And if there was one thing any sci-fi show has ever taught us, is we did not see her dead. We seen her floating in space.
Yeah.
In her suit.
Right.
If she was in like the actual Halo 3 suit, I would say she's dead. Hands down.
Yeah.
Dead. But she's in her full mech gear. She's alive.
Okay. So it made a point of showing her just to show that she is alive. Well, honestly, if it didn't show her, then we could maybe still assume that she was alive because they didn't show her. I don't like that you have to show them dead in order to be like, oh, they're dead.
Like we seen Vanek die. We seen his death. That was obvious.
Right.
Since we didn't see her actually dead, makes me believe that, a ship, some type of Corvette could, pull him out who's collecting people. And she's on the verge of death.
Yeah.
but they're able to, put her in their back to tank or something, just pulling from different series.
Yeah. Halsey, Frozen. Spores turning people into zombies, like 28 days later zombies. Um, when that happened in my mind, I'm like, oh yeah, this is based off a video game because we need other things to shoot at besides the Covenant. Like because first person shooter, you got to shoot at stuff. Zombies is as good as anything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a little. I don't know.
I thought it was stupid.
It
I
just
thought
felt
it was
video gamey.
so
Yeah.
dumb. And really, when it was happening, you know what the first thing that came to mind was?
What?
World War Z. It felt World War Z to me.
Yeah, but in
Because it was
space.
exactly how they explained them in that movie. It was a virus. This is a virus that's overtaking these people, and there's stages to it. So I'm like, and World War Z came out first. The book came out before this all took place. So, I mean, I can see them maybe kind of sampling from it, like all great literature and movies and everything do, but it
Yeah.
felt way too close to that for me. And it didn't give me, I got no reaction out of it. Like I had no emotional reaction outside of this is maybe stupid to me. That's all it got out of me.
Here's my issue is that it's just like we already have a premium television show with zombies based on a video game called The Last of Us on HBO, and that's just you ain't getting any better than that.
You can't compare. There's no way they can actually compete with that. And the fact that they went down that road,
you're not getting chocolate in my peanut butter here. Like I'd much prefer. I don't know, man. It's just like it's maybe this. Hey, look, we're the Halo amateurs. Maybe there's good things on the way. Maybe the flood and the zombies is actually because Christopher, who's a Halo head, he's a friend of ours.
Yeah,
he said he was pumped. I got to tell you though, and it seems like you and I are on the same page as a couple of Halo novices. This just fell flat.
yeah. And I even looked into it. I was like, "What is this? What is the flood?" So I started researching it and kind of looking and googling and reading. I'm like, apparently this is a massive event that takes place within the Halo universe, and it's not just the games; it's within novels and all that as well.
Yeah,
and it kind of and it does what I don't like. It makes two people, say for the Covenant and humankind, who are fighting each other, all of a sudden have a common enemy. Now they're not fighting side by side, but they have one enemy that's more dangerous than each other.
Right.
And I feel you have to cop out when you're telling stories.
Croco 5734 says hello.
Well, hello there. Well,
hello there.
Hello. So yeah, I
Yeah.
did some digging on it. I was like, okay, there's got to be something here, some reason, something that's going to lean me into okay, I like this. And nothing truly did. And I was disappointed when I just didn't get that satisfying season ending.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is just an enemy that's just beyond maybe there's more to it than because that's what it seems even though it's like like space virus. There's been movies like this, like zombies in space. Like, it's just because it's set in space doesn't mean it's adds another level. This seems like just standard zombie stuff.
Yeah, it's nothing.
It seemed pretty standard. It's not elevated because
thing was kind of interesting. The three different, the progression of it taking over.
Yeah,
but I mean, if you stand there and you're sick, like in World War Z, will they run by you? They don't. I don't know.
I don't know. What about Kwan? And remember, she was like surrounded by them, and then that ghost leader that's been talking to her was like yelling some nonsense.
You finally
at her.
found me, but you control them, or you are like a threat.
Was she speaking
to them.
for the flood? Was she speaking for the flood? Is that what?
No, I think she's speaking of past protectors.
Okay.
I got the impression that she was able to control them and distract them so Kwan could get out of the situation. And what I'm getting from that is if there's a season 3, which if they're basing off of ratings and how well the show's doing, it is well outperforming what people think it is. Per what I've
really, because I haven't heard anything around ratings or if people are watching it or anything.
Yeah, no, I had to search. I had to dig. And I found it's actually performing well for
Paramount Plus. Yeah.
But they haven't announced the season 2 yet. 3. And
frankly, they probably don't even know if they'll still be the same company a year from now.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, it's one of those things. People are anticipating it from what I've been able to read, but it is whatever. They haven't done anything yet. But if it goes forward, I feel like Kwan is going to be a vital part of the story going forward.
Yeah.
Because she has some type of insight or family insight or connection or whatever they want to do it into what the flood is. And I think her and Miranda are going to work side by side.
That, or maybe she'll have some ability to control these infected once they are infected. If only just making them stand still so you could not be attacked by them. I don't know if control them like, the Rat King controls rats or something, but just to keep them kind of throw the danger level down to 0, if they're just standing around. And it's like the spores seem very dangerous. I mean, they don't even have to bite you or scratch you. It just seems like if you touch them even.
Yeah, or if you're in an area where you can breathe it in.
Yeah.
It seems like it's very, very spreads wildly.
It's already been 1 episode and sorry, but that crew that was down in the jail, they were pretty damn close to a bunch of thrashing, waving mutated zombies that were pretty damn close to him and had to push him out of the way and shoot him and stuff. So what are the rules here? That's the whole thing. It's like, if you're going to introduce something like this,
let us know what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we've seen Liara, which her death, I got no emotional reaction out of when she, took everyone forward.
Me neither. As soon as she closed the doors, oh, she's dead.
Well, I mean, she showed the cut on her elbow that she's basically been infected.
Yeah.
So she got everyone out. She sealed the doors, and she's like, "You guys go. They can't get out because they can't get out now."
Yeah. We were never a huge fan of her character throughout the entire.
No, that was her whole Soren, Kessler, Liara, and that whole storyline. This season was probably one of the weakest stories that they've told. And I feel like that was a stronger part of season 1.
Yes. Yeah.
And it wasn't even a big part of season 1, but it was a stronger part of season 1. Positives. What do you get? I mean, we've harped on some negatives.
I'm not done with the negatives yet.
You're not done with the negatives. Okay, hit me with another one.
The bookend things where Master Chief is sitting there talking to what ends up being this floating eyeball robot thing. Why do that? That was strictly for people that know the games. They know what that is. They know who that is. They know what's going on. If you're going to make a show, though, this show's done very well with, bringing non-Halo viewers in, I think.
Us?
Yeah. We've been able to follow stuff. But this episode, it was just phew, okay, you guys are going off on some tangents here, and it's hard to follow you. We now we got zombies, we got you actually being on Halo, but you're kind of there, but not there. You're being interviewed by this thing that looks like from another video game.
And we still don't know what Halo is.
Still don't know what it is. It reminded me of that little ball that follows around you and makes jokes in the Portal games, which is not.
I thought of the Tom Cruise movie Oblivion.
Okay, I didn't see that.
It's one of my favorite Tom Cruise movies. It's weird. There's he's on Earth. He's basically a clone of himself.
Yeah,
and there's a controlling alien in the sky, like a cube, and it's there's an alien type orb that he winds up talking to at the very end, and it reminded me of that almost verbatim. And it was it was another pull. When I recognize something from another movie, it pulls me right out of what I'm watching. And that's what happened those 2 times.
Yeah, this episode was jarring, if anything. I mean, it was tough to follow when you introduce so many new things and not really. They just jumped into the stuff for the final episode, man. I mean, we didn't really get any. Give us a little bit of headway. Start introducing some of these themes maybe last episode. But for the last episode of a season, in an 8-episode season, but it's not like they had a lot of time. Yeah.
They should have teased the flood. At the very end, they should have teased that happened because the Halo heads would have been psyched. We would have been we would have been in a position where, what is this? What's going on? We would have built our anticipation and actually researching and seeing what's going forward and what we can anticipate for maybe a next season.
Yeah.
It didn't do that.
I would have taken any kind of, like, cosmic monster, like a legit, like, galacticized actual beast that they would have had to fight with, like, a fleet of spaceships or something. Just the whole like, the zombie virus thing is just so, you know we've had that. It's been done to death. Zombies have, and
But
I
I
don't
think
know.
they have written themselves into a corner because obviously they have listened to the fans from season 1 to season 2 because changes were made, showrunners were changed, and they were addressing things that were, I guess, more in line with what Halo lore is.
Uh-huh.
And the next big thing is the flood. And how do they get into that without alienating us and still making the fans satisfied?
Yeah.
And I think that's what they fell into this season.
Yeah.
That they wrote themselves into a corner. And how
Yeah.
do they get out of that corner now?
On the scene with what took me out of it too, there was a scene where I know Halsey was like she was infected or whatever, but, like, that brief moment before she stopped talking and, she was, like, more excited about what was going on around her. Like, she just witnessed Parangoski and the room full of people
Just all
get
die.
swept up by, like,
Yeah.
zombiness, right? And yet, instead of, like, grabbing her daughter and being like, "We need to get the hell out of here," she's just like, "Wow, isn't this so amazingly wonderful and
Yeah.
scientific?" I'm like, "Aren't you you're, like, 3 minutes away from being one of them and dying
Yeah,
yourself."
you can die very easily, really quick here.
Like, I mean, I get that she's a scientist first and but, I don't
I thought
know.
we were past that with her character, though.
It was a bridge too
That's what I
far.
thought.
Yeah. It was a bridge too far, that moment.
And then they
And maybe that's
froze
how it
her, and
goes
I'm like,
down.
okay, I guess she's being frozen cryo or
What happens
whatever, and
with Miranda now? She's just in that room.
she's stuck in that
Like,
room. Yeah.
how the hell does she get out? She froze her mom, but in the meantime, like, she's stuck.
How do I get out of here? How do I not get infected and dethaw mom? Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, dude, I was it's hard for me not to be disappointed about it. And I don't the Halo thing being on, on the Halo, meeting up with McKee and the Arbiter, it was like even that interaction between McKee and the and John, that whole interaction, the dialogue, all that, I feel like fell flat. None of that actually had any type of oomph to it.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect. The fight was lackluster, with just the CG camera spinniness of it all. Like, it was just making me dizzy, and I was bored with it. Because when they do that, I don't know why that directing choice. I feel like it's budgeted for time where they don't wanna actually choreograph an actual fight sequence. They just want to throw two CG characters at each other. And if you spin the camera around in circles, it makes it more interesting. It doesn't, directors. It doesn't do it. It just makes you look at your watch. But yeah, even when the fight was done, and I just expected a little bit more dialogue, a little bit more. Maybe John doesn't make the obvious choice here. Maybe he doesn't kill him. Maybe it's a worse defeat if he doesn't kill him, or maybe he tells them like,
Yeah, 'cause he's
so
still in dishonor. Yeah, he
we
said,
had we had the theme, what does a soldier become when they can't be a soldier anymore? We had that theme earlier this season. And maybe Master Chief learned a lesson in the season. Maybe it's like, well, hey, you can still be more, even though you're my enemy, like this could be a new path, anything, something. But no,
yeah.
just
Well, he
kill
was
him.
feeding off the anger of Vanek's death. That's what that
Yeah.
was. And he just to still decided to go ahead and kill him, even though the Arbiter was asking to be killed. I mean, he didn't understand what he was saying, but he knew what he was saying, apparently. And
Yeah. Yeah, does he understand? Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I didn't notice. I just assumed Master Chief was reading the subtitles, I guess.
no, I figured, if he's laying there, he's pretty much asking, finish me. I
Yeah,
can't go back to this, anywhere with the way I am.
yeah.
You gotta kill me. And he obliged.
Uh, and then McKee, she's like, "You still don't know what we
But
are."
okay, McKee, what the hell's with the hand on this data pad? Do they have like they just touch shit and doors open?
I don't know.
I
I
mean,
don't know. Is
it's
it
odd.
their D is it reading their DNA or something? I don't know.
It was like,
But
I didn't see the door shut. Why did John have to do it? Why was the door not still open?
maybe it shuts behind you. I don't know. I don't know. It's automated. It's Halo. It's like classy technology. That door shuts
Oh,
behind you. Yeah.
I mean,
Okay,
we're searching now.
you were about to get into positives. What are your positives?
I honestly don't know if I have many.
Oh my lord. Were you just bringing up positives because you wanted me to bring you were
I
like,
would
"Okay,
actually, I
you're like,
wanted to
"Now
bring
let's
up
get into
positives
positives."
because we're
Okay,
not a
Sean,
shit
go ahead.
channel. We don't crap on everything completely, and this one's hard not to. I mean, I still like Perez's character. I like how she went, she told Kai to still hit the spike. She knew, she even said
Mhm.
it herself. This was always a one-way trip. And she accepted the fact that she was going to die. She was going to go ahead and basically be with her family again. And I feel like that's exactly why she signed up to be, a Spartan 3. It was basically her way of dying a honorable death, knowing that it was coming, being in that program.
Yeah. So what happens now? So we got this scene, then this fleet, these couple of fleets surrounding the Halo. We got the stuff that's actually going in inside of Halo. I assume John is being interviewed inside Halo. I don't know. We were never really told
We
where
were
that
never told what that
interview is
was.
taking place. Is that inside Halo or outside Halo? We still don't know what Halo is, but that's Halo itself. We got Kai just kind of chilling out, maybe dead, maybe not, laying out in space. We got a bunch of debris. What did Kai actually do? Kai took the ship and rammed it through, I guess, what the lead
Oh, that's
Covenant
another
ship?
one. Dude, I had Independence Day vibes there. I'm
Yeah.
back. That's
Yeah.
what I heard in my head, and like I said, it pulled me right back out of the show.
Yeah, or the Holdo maneuver from Last Jedi. That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
But which okay, like so what does that do? If that breaks the head ship of the fleet, it's still a whole fleet. Like she took out one ship. She didn't take out the whole fleet. It was one ship
But
taking out one ship.
are those ships connected like Independence Day when you make out the mothership, do the rest of them go down?
Oh, like the droids from the Phantom
Oh,
Menace.
the droids from the Phantom Menace. That's another great. Yeah.
They saw broken.
They some bad.
Oh my lord. Um, yeah, I don't know. But Parangoski, she says, "Oh, we have the advantage now because that one ship was taken down." And then Parangoski gets eaten by zombies. Um, I just yeah, what happens now? And when do we open up? Do we open up outside of this? Do we get like if a season 3 opens up, are we still in
It
this
can't jump 6
area?
months. There's no way we can jump 6 months.
Yeah.
It has to pick up right from where we are. But on the flip side of that, when did this battle take place? Let's think about that for a second. Because the way they bookmarked ended this episode
Yeah.
was almost like John was being interviewed about the situation that took place. Are we
Yeah.
already a year or so in the future? Or
Right.
are we, you know what I mean? How they don't give us any time reference on when this took place because of how they edited it with the interview with him on Halo.
Yeah, that's a thing that's confusing right now is I don't know. I feel like if and when we do get back to a season 3, this is gonna be in the distant past. Like, we're not gonna see how this wraps up, with these 2 fleets standing off again. Like, I feel like we're gonna get a lot of, tell, don't show, where we're just characters saying what happened as opposed to us seeing the events for
They seeing
ourselves.
exactly what took place.
Um, so
We got
positives,
nothing
positives.
from the rest of the Covenant. They were actually
Yeah.
almost, I mean, besides, yeah, I don't know. Um, I'm starting to stretch. I'm starting to
I
struggle
know.
for things that are going on.
We're, look, man, I don't know. Like, it just you're always worried about a season finale just kinda, like, falling flat, especially if it's we even said look, oh my gosh, this is probably on us because last week we were like, this season's been going so well, there hasn't really been an episode that's let us down so far." And, I feel pretty confident that the finale is gonna be, a good one, and we'll see what goes
Oh,
from
so
there.
we built it up more than it should have been
I
built
think
up.
we did. I think we did.
Oh, that's
I did not expect this one to be so look, and for me, it was a stinker, and maybe for people that know these games and played these games and love these games, maybe they were friggin' pumped. Maybe this is like, "Oh, hell yeah," because they know it comes up after this,
yeah.
and they're like, okay, now we're getting into the real nitty gritty of what Halo is. And, we're maybe everything we've seen this far has only been like the first Halo. You know what I mean? And like
Yeah,
the game favorites of Halo 2 and 3, it's just like we have no idea what's happening yet. And maybe that's the case, but that's not as far as a viewer of this show that's new to this series. I was just like totally let down, man.
that's
I
just
don't know
let
what
down,
the hell's going on.
disappointed. Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
right there with you. Um, okay, I mean, I think we crapped on this enough, honestly. And yeah, no, and it's no one's fault besides theirs. They had
Yeah.
us sucked in. Episode 1, the season 2 was great all the way through. Maybe in some lower points, but not bad. It
Yeah.
sucks when your worst episode of the
Right.
season is your last episode of the season.
Yes, absolutely. There was no bad episode this season except for the finale. Like
Yeah, and
there were some
honestly,
that
if
were
you would have
better,
dropped this
like you said.
finale in
Yeah.
week 4, it wouldn't have hindered the show at all. But seeing
Right.
that was episode 8, that's what hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, simultaneously it felt like there was a lot that happened in this episode, but also like just like what are the events that happened? Well, you can't really count that many off. Just like crazy shit. Just like 3 things and they're all crazy.
Yeah.
um
I mean, I'm on
but
Ackerson's side now.
yeah.
I'm a believer in Ackerson now. I
Yeah.
think he's gonna wind up and he's taking a face turn.
Yeah, he did. I figured he would. I thought he would earlier in the
And they
season.
kind of led us to believe that after episode 7, that he was
Yeah.
gonna go ahead and turn face on us.
Yeah.
So, and he may be a big part in how, the whole storyline with Halsey winds up. They may break
Right.
from, I guess, everything, and them two actually coexist. I don't know how that'd work, but based on the relationship that we know currently.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to speculate about a season 3 when even if it does come our way and they do produce it, it may not air until 2 years from now. So
Yeah, it's
I'm
gonna
not.
be
It's
a
not like I'm
minute.
gonna wait for bated breath here. Um. And anyway, that was Halo season 2. Congratulations.
Yeah, man. If you made it through this with us, thanks. Because
Yeah. Thank you.
this was
Thank you
nothing
for
but
watching.
a bitch fest by us. It's kind of
Well,
sad.
this episode was, but hey, look, that's why we're here. We're going to give you our honest opinion. We're not guys who are just like blow smoke. We're not guys who are like, oh, you guys are paid by Disney or Marvel. It's like, we're just
We're
like,
marks.
yeah, we're marks. If we don't like something, we're
We're
just going to let
shills.
you
That's
know.
the word, shills.
Yeah. If we like something, we're going to praise it. If we don't care for something, we're going to let you know exactly what.
Watch our
what
reaction to
did for
episode
us.
7. We were pumped
Yeah.
going into this, and our balloons were
Uh,
deflated.
We do a lot on this channel. We do trailer reactions. We do a touch of gaming here and there. Hopefully, maybe over the summer, we'll get a little bit more of that in. I know we've got other shows that are on the horizon for us. You and I watch The Boys. There's going to be, I keep forgetting. Oh, House of the Dragon season 2, which I haven't even
Acolyte.
watched a
Dude,
trailer for yet.
all these shows are releasing in June. The
Oh my
Acolyte,
God,
The
dude. Come on.
Boys,
Yeah.
House of Dragon, all of it's releasing in June.
Oh,
And
dear.
that becomes our dilemma. What do we
Yeah.
cover? Because we can't cover it all. We've got to
No,
pick
because when
one.
we do it a disservice and we get worn out and it gets tough on us. But maybe we'll throw out we'll do a little bit more interaction, subscriber interaction. We'll throw some polls out there or something to see. You tell us what you want us to cover.
Yeah.
But I know in the immediate future, I'll be watching some classic films. I mean, they're classics now. They're from the 80s. So I guess they're modern classics. Okay, modern classics like Back to the Future, like maybe the Indiana Jones series. But I'm going to be watching them with my daughter, who's never seen them before. And you plan on watching some movies with your kids too, right?
Yeah, I plan on doing the exact same thing with my son.
Yeah.
Going to go ahead and get us
It's-
into some other movies like your Tremors
Yeah.
or what's another one here?
Goonies. Kid
the-
Narok Reacts is what we're doing. So basically, we're taking some movies that were prevalent during our era as kids, showing our kids for the very first time because the only movies they know about are like, I don't know, newer ones. We'll see what their takes are.
You know what, guys? I got something that Sean doesn't even know I'm going to roll here. Watch this and get you an idea what we'll be doing here.
What's coming our way?
It's party time! A-R-T. Why? Because I gotta.
Because I've gotta.
Lots of fun. I know a lot of channels do that kind of thing where it's like, first time watching a certain movie or whatever, and those reviewers have seen those movies before. I mean, come on.
So
Like
this is
you've
gonna
never
be through a child's eyes.
Yeah, you can trust that these kids have never seen them. So we're gonna get their honest opinion. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But stick around for that. And of course the slate of craziness coming up in the future for the summertime too. We're gonna be busy here on
Yeah,
Dadnarok,
keep track of our socials. If you haven't followed us, we're on everything. And we'll kind of we'll put things out there, see where you guys are feeling, what we're feeling as well, because we're Star Wars heads, and the Acolyte coming out in June, which complicates everything. If it wasn't for the Acolyte, it would have been much easier probably decision for us to come to find something.
Yeah.
But the Acolyte is going to go ahead and muddy the waters for us, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. But join us if you haven't subscribed already. Please do get us to 500 subscribers. And until we see you again, stay tuned to the channel.
And avoid the flood.
Avoid the flood at all costs.